Hi, everybody. I'm John.
And I'm Joe.
We're the hosts of the John and Joe Show. Gee, I wonder what movie we were going to do. In our first episode, we did Star Wars Episode 4.
Uh-huh.
And then in the second episode, we did Star Wars Episode 5.
Oh, I know which one next. It's the Christmas special, right?
Oh. The Christmas special. That should totally be on DVD, and everybody should be forced to watch it so they know the kind of shit we had to put up with.
Is that the punishment? Like right before you get tossed into
No, I'm saying
right before you get tossed in the Sarlacc pit, you have to watch that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing will spit you right the fuck out. All the people who complain about the prequels and the games and the extended stuff, watch the Christmas special, and then you'll put it into perspective, I think.
Who touches the... Can you see a little Ewoks coming to the top of the Christmas tree trying to hang a little thing?
Nop, 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 nop. Or watch what was that, Battle for Endor or whatever? I just made him have an apoplexy.
Didn't they have like this cheesy Rancor in there? What was that?
I don't know. I never saw it.
I saw that, and like there's a Rancor, and
my condolences. It's gonna be okay.
Oh, Sean,
be okay.
Yeah. Still going to therapy.
Any last words before we chop your head off?
I have no regrets.
Bury me on Makeout Hill.
All right, next to Phil Collins Hill.
It's right next to Phil Collins Hill, and on the other side is the Thunder Horn.
Okay.
The Death Horn. What
intersecting of Larry King Drive. Gotcha.
All right. See you soon with a new episode of the John and Joe Show, motherfuckers.
Peace. We should do edited books, audiobooks.
Audiobooks.
Star Wars.
You should do audiobooks for dyslexics.
Oh yeah.
You'd be like,
something written by Yoda.
It'd be like, 6 episodes. Yes. Return of the Jedi. Return of the. Luke Skywalker has returned.
I see. I gotta wait
Luke
for it.
Skywalker has returned to his home planet of Tatooine in an attempt to rescue the friend Han Solo from the clutches of the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. Enter the champion. Prince Bytor appears.
Little does Luke know that the Galactic Empire
Why is that in
has
capital
secretly
letters?
begun the construction of a new armored space station, even more powerful than the first dreaded Death Star.
You notice they don't actually capitalize Death Star this time.
Well, I mean, it made its
When
point.
completed, the ultimate weapon will spell certain doom for the small band of rebels struggling to restore freedom
To the galaxy. Dot, dot,
dot. They always end on ellipses, you notice that?
Yeah.
Every single one.
Words, come back to me. Come back.
Come back, Bullet!
If you cut my hands off, they'll grow back, right?
Oh, shit talk.
Always a space scene that really starts off the trilogy. The movies in the trilogy.
Yeah.
You know? Just like it ends on a hopeful note, well, it begins really on a... For a second, on a hopeful note.
Mm-hmm. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, that in a lot of ways, a lot of people felt they levied a criticism against this movie that it's sort of a spiritual remake of the first film. And you can kind of see that in the way it begins with the Star Destroyer being really long and everything. Of course, you got the Death Star and the shuttles and everything, so it's a little different. But there are aspects to bringing it kind of full circle.
I mean, you're reintroduced to the Death Star, and some people always complain about
the Death Star.
Why are they doing the Death Star again? I mean, that's so lame. Lucas didn't have any ideas. Well, let me tell you something, guys. Right? If you have something called the ultimate kill machine, right?
Giant hurt ball.
I mean, seriously, you're just gonna give that up so easily? All right, especially since a bunch of like little prick kids.
They're doing a new and improved one here.
Yeah, little prick kids.
It doesn't. What's great is it doesn't look like it's. It doesn't look like it's finished, but.
No, well, I mean, it's a rush job.
But they did the weapon systems first this time. They played it safe.
And that's the whole point. They're really rushing it just to get this online.
I always thought it was funny that in episode 4 you had this giant killing machine, and the very last thing you do is get the weapon systems ready.
Yeah.
It's like, it's all done, we just don't have any weapons.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a first prototype. They've been there, done that.
Yeah. You think the evil empire wouldn't bother by building a planet-sized space station that couldn't defend itself against a lone fighter, though. So that was a mistake. Well, we at least talked about Tarkin and his hubris.
Well, it is hubris,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. That's something you're gonna find in Greek mythology time and time again. It can repel itself against a huge army, but against a small band of fighters is always susceptible.
Yeah.
Of course, the trick is you have to be an exceptionally skilled group of small fighters. Enter Lord Vader.
Enter the asshole. Anakin Skywalker appears.
It's funny because when you see this, just the way the colors are.
Only Rush fans are gonna get those jokes.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Everyone's rocking out Time Machine Tour, baby. If you look at this, the colors, right? Everything is new, but the grays are very gray. The blacks are very black.
Are you talking about the disc, or are you talking about the movie itself? Kind of both.
The Death Star, but it's kind of both.
Well, I think, like I've said, obviously they restored.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it also has to do with DVD quality.
Oh yeah. No old-timey film projectors on this one. For all you 14-year-old kids, sitting in your mom's basement.
What's the film projector?
What's that film?
They still use it in movie theaters.
What's a rotary phone? Yeah.
They still use it in theaters.
They do.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are switching over.
Digital.
Back on Tatooine,
And I'll
people.
just make and that's another way that it kind of echoes the first one. It's just going to make everything more expensive. The tickets are going to be more expensive, so... how much is it for, a 3D IMAX ticket? Because I've never done that. You've seen 3D IMAX, right?
Well, 3D IMAX is going to cost you about $20. Oh my God. Go to New York City, which is my favorite haunting grounds. The thing is, guys, though, it's an audio and visual treat.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just sitting there. You're surrounded by the world's best speakers.
Yeah.
The screens are just so insanely sharp.
So if you wanted to see Transformers, Revenge of the Return of Megatron Part 5, 20 times in IMAX 3D, it cost you $200.
Yeah, we'll spread it out over summer.
All right, no, 20 times would be $400.
Especially when your Xbox is
$400.
broken, all right?
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go home? I'm like, yeah.
You have a computer, you have DVDs out the ass that you haven't watched.
DVD's going to be there, They're going to stay there. I mean, in the wintertime, there's snow on the ground. You can watch it then. You're not going out.
It's like, it's summer, it's a beautiful day, the birds are singing, the sun is out.
It was
I'm
at
gonna
nighttime.
I'm going to go and watch
Smart
a movie.
ass.
Yeah.
It was at night because, I was coming from class. And, what am I going to do? Go home? I mean, my Xbox is, broken.
It's like,
Red Ring of Death. I'm like,
yeah, well,
no.
Well,
It's so
okay,
good,
wait.
right?
Yeah, well, I just thought it was bizarre you saw the same movie so many times.
I just loved it.
I just, were the people at the theater like you again, really?
No, because in the city, a lot of people do that. In the city, it's kind of like don't ask, don't tell policy. No, I mean...
This is, when I asked you this back when that was happening, I thought what you told me that you were throwing them off by going to different theaters.
I would sometimes do that.
Comes to wearing a different hat.
I would
Also, I think I saw that guy in the World of Warcraft.
Is that Porkins' brother? Oh.
No, the Good Morning Porkins.
I'm
Porkins,
kidding.
Porkins' brother's
Get
a
it?
little...
Porky, Porkins,
Uh,
Piggy.
No, but they show a guy that I was going to make that joke, so now you ruined it.
And now it's Darth Vader's right-hand man.
Who's Darth Vader's right hand?
What's his name? This guy here.
Bib Fortuna?
Yeah.
When does that happen?
He's his right-hand man. I mean, he's always there as his confidant, but he entered
Darth Vader.
Oh, wow. Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt's right.
And Bib Fortuna is such a skeezy little...
Yeah, look at him. He's touching
Greasy
R2-D2 in an inappropriate manner.
kid droid toucher sort of way.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at him. He's actually smiling.
Yeah, and R2's kind of flipping out like, hey,
I'm going to touch you.
get this robosexual away from me. Get this
Just
robosexual away from me. Ugh.
The small droid touching has come to an